Ryan Zimmerman with the pick and the throw. The return is high, and fortunately for the Nats, did he make a turn to second? First base umpire Adam Hamari says no.
Baseball is simple yet complex, and this is an example. Every few years we get asked about the same rules, and this is an example. 708 is what it was called when we were asked in 2012 and wrote about it. Now we're asked and we write about it. It's 509B4. Remember, they restructured the rulebook. It's about batter, runner, overrun protection at first base. Most people who play baseball know that the batter runner is legally allowed to overrun first base without liability to be put out after doing it, provided the runner returns immediately to the base. In this situation, McKinney, the base runner, the batter runner, overruns first base, and the question is, at what point does McKinney lose protection from that liability to be put out? I like 509B11 a lot better than 509B4 because 509B4 is ambiguous and very, very, very poorly written. 509B11 is a little bit better. Fails to return at once to the first base after overrunning or oversliding that base. If the batter runner attempts to run to second, they are out when tagged. What a simple rule, right? Well, what does attempts to run to second actually mean?
Yeah, look at this right here. He makes a little left-hand movement right there towards second base. And then the umpire looked at him after he had made the move. Watch right here. He's headed towards second base. See those two steps right there? That's headed towards second base. So Josh Harrison made the right play. That should be an out.
Not reviewable.
Correct. It's not reviewable. Quickly on the rules myth issue here, because there's a lot of misconception. A runner just turning into fair territory, turning to the left instead of turning to the right, that has nothing to do with this rule. Similarly, a runner doesn't have to go into fair territory to be called out under this rule. It's all about, did the runner attempt to achieve a base beyond first or not? Did McKinney attempt at any point to go to second base or not? In my opinion, he definitely did and should have been called out here. Here's why the umpire didn't call him out. We slow down the replay on the overthrow. Where is the first base umpire's head? He's looking at the overthrown ball to make sure it doesn't go out of play and doesn't see McKinney. When he sees McKinney, McKinney has ceased his action of attempting to run to second, knowing full well you can't call a runner out just for being in fair territory. He's not going to call something he didn't see. So he didn't see definitively McKinney start towards second, therefore he must call him safe.
Yeah, because he definitely made a move towards second base, whether how slight, doesn't matter how slight it is. If you make
So that's correct. It doesn't matter how slight it is as long as it's judged as an attempt to go to second. That's basis for calling him out. I like what Kerwin Danley, the crew chief, does here in getting the crew together. Good to see Kerwin back on the field after the injury from earlier this year as well, especially working the plate. C.B. Buckner, the second base umpire, is not going to be able to have an opinion on this because he's busy watching second base, calling the runner out at the front end of that potential double play situation, so he really can't help too much. Third base umpire Chad Fairchild looking straight across the field. It's a tough angle to get. Kerwin Danley probably looking at the balls, trying to see if it's going out of play or not, as well as Hamari doing the same thing. Therefore, it could be quite literally possible that none of the four umpires saw this, because you had two umpires looking to see if the ball went out of play, Fairchild with a bad angle, and C.B. Buckner busy looking at a runner, a slide at second base to make sure that it wasn't a violation of the bona fide slide rule or something to that effect. To recap, Hamari didn't see it until it was too late and can't make anything up, so he's not going to call him out because he didn't see the infraction. Kerwin Danley was looking at the ball, C.B. Buckner was looking at a runner, Fairchild didn't have an angle, none of the umpires saw it. Had they seen it, they probably call the runner out here. Also, general instructions to umpires, what does it say? When all else fails, keep your eye everlastingly on the ball. When in doubt, don't look at the runner, look at the ball. Except for CB, because he has to look for a bona fide slide at second base.
Well, it's tough for that guy, the first base umpire, to really watch the base runner in this situation where you have a high throw coming from the shortstop. He's watching the ball to see if it touches out of play.
No change on the call.
I can see the first comment now. You're being an umpire apologist again. You're making excuses for them. They blew the call. I'm not here to defend umpires every single time. I'm here to explain what's going on. And I've explained what happened on this play. In my opinion, the runner should have been declared out, but this is why the runner was not declared out. Visit us online at closecallsports.com, Twitter, Facebook, at closecallsports, and we will see you on the site.